Meldrum's Monster Garage, and we're finishing this year out with an engine build here. It's a 396 original motor out of the 67 Chevelle that's across the street right now. As you can see, the garage is quite empty, so I think it even echoes in here. But I've got all the pistons loaded up in here. Hey, I'm not about to show you how to build engines. I'm not the guy. I mean, I've worked with quite a few engine builders over the years, Weber Racing and Motorheads and Lacosi's, and I've kind of picked up on what they've taught me over the years. And of course, you're always watching YouTube. Uncle Tony's Garage is one of my favorites. Vice Grip Garage is another one of my favorites. Those are the guys to teach you how to build these engines. So anyway, I'm just I'm finalizing my torques here on the rods. I've got all the pistons installed, and Uncle Larry had the crankshaft installed and the main caps torqued down. I double checked him. I don't know if you can see little yellow dots here that I went ahead and put on there to make sure that, you know, I know that I torqued it down. So yeah, I love this snap-on wrench. It tells you by a little beep when you get to a little bit more. One more ugga-dugga there. It beeps when you get there. So don't let me tell you what to don't let me tell you what to torque things to. Look it up for yourself. That's what all this stuff out there, you know. I'll tell you what, I'm an idiot working out here in the garage, and I do my best, and I think we do pretty darn good, and got quite a few awards on the wall, as you could say, for work we've done out here. And man, I had one guy lay into me this week. I hate when people go back to videos I made like 2 years ago and make comments, and they just rip me a new one. And then I go and look at, well, what type of videos have you made? And I see zero content. So who are you to tell me how to do things? I tell you, I'm gonna put a little NOS GM paint on there that Uncle Larry bought just to tell myself I torque these. And I'm gonna keep going on my rant here, but first I'm gonna turn this over once. Let's see here. Need a little bolt in there to keep this from going. Let's spin this over now. You can see she's spinning over nice. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Uncle Larry gave me a cool tool to use here. Fits on the snout here, and that's working out real good. But this guy went on this big rant about me putting together a 59 Impala steering column. And it was one of the longer videos I've done. And I try to put in as much as I can. And like I say, I'm just an idiot working out in the garage. I'm learning as I'm going along in a lot of these cases. And I'm looking up stuff myself. And I'll tell you what, that steering column came out great. I mean, it's 3 on the tree. Everything was repainted. I lubed up everything. Everything's brand new and works great. And I think I missed something on how to take out one shaft or something or another. I don't even remember. But this guy went on ranting about, you know, making videos, and I should put this and I should put that. And I shouldn't be talking about my personal life while I'm doing this stuff. Listen, this is my channel. I do what I want to do. And if you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't want to listen to me rant, just move right ahead. You got that little speed button on the video there. You can just slide ahead past my rants. Or if I'm talking about my buddy Bob, I don't care. But I talk about what's on my mind, why I'm doing jobs. And I try to bring you as much as I can throughout the year. And I hope you enjoy it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do the rest of the year out here. You know, I got just a few more days here in the end of the year. So we're gonna build this motor up, and I'll just show you bits and pieces of it along the way. And yeah, that's about it. I got a rotating assembly right now, so I'm happy. I can start to put on some timing chain and whatnot on the front part of the motor. Well, I gotta get the camshaft in there. That's over at Uncle Larry's, so I gotta make a trip over there. I gotta get the heads. I got an oil pan over there that needs to be sandblasted. So I got enough to keep me busy this week. But man, Paul, I sure would like a car in here. Got lots of room for activities. All right. Hey, Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage, and we are the day before New Year's Eve. And we're working on this big block. This is a 1967 396. This will go in the 1967 SS Chevelle that's across the street. Right now we just got another 396 in there that Larry and I built. Boy, that's a healthy motor. And it's fun to start up and move that car around. We just wanted to keep it mobile. And we had aspirations of racing the car too, so we really put it. Race engine in it, but what we really want is to restore this car to original condition, and that's why we're working on the original motor. Now Larry's had this motor over at his house for a while, and just hasn't got to it. You know, he got all the prep work done. You know, he got the block all honed up for me, and he got the piston rings ready, and everything was ready to put it. He had the crank in here. Everything's ready to go. So he's busy on his 1966 Chevelle right now, getting that ready for Autorama next March. So we'll take some a load off of his hands and work on this. So what I did was, and I won't go into this, I am not an engine builder by trade, although I have built quite a few engines, and I think I kind of got the hang of it. But just tell you some brief things that I did on this, and maybe some tips and tricks. As you can see, I've got this full rotating assembly done. Got the camshaft on there. I've got the double timing gear from, it's just a Summit Racing on there. So it's a little beefier than the stock one was. And we've got a cam in here from Summit Racing too, that's about the highest lift cam. I think it's maybe not the highest lift, but a higher lift cam, 502, 507 lift cam that will still work with the street heads. Now the heads, and mind you, when we bought this car, we got everything in pieces, and that's the way we like to buy them, because you can get them cheap that way. There's a hint. But we got the heads, and one of the springs was broke on the heads, and I put the heads upside down. I put some mineral spirits in all the combustion chambers right over top of the valves, and on the other head, one was actually leaking. So I took those heads over to Paul Cole, PC Motor Builders. Mike Cole owns it now, and they are rebuilding the heads. So they're going to take all those springs off and throw them out and put a new set of springs on, do a 3-angle valve job, clean the heads up, and be ready to go there. We are probably about 3 weeks away from getting those heads back. In the meantime, you know, let's get the block ready. And like I say, I've got the rotating assembly done. And you know, I rotated this a little bit just as I put every single piston in. And I tell you what, if you're not using these jobbies to install piston rings now, get you a set of these. These are way better than the old style. You could just push the pistons down in there. They all went in real easy, and I kept spinning the motor. But now we got the camshaft, timing chain, everything on it. And you know, as you can see, you know, we can spin it right around. All right, it's not that tough. There's no parts that are hanging up on it, and we are in good shape. All right, so got the oil pump on here. Now, hey, I'm not gonna go, this is a Mellings oil pump. It's a pretty good high flow pump. And I've got this all pre-figured out, okay? So we got the pickup tube on here. Yesterday I put a little weld right here to make sure that thing won't flop out. And also, if you come around, I don't know if you can, you don't have to see it. But on this side, there's one bolt that holds the pump down. And there was a bolt sticking out of there, and I figured it was the original bolt. It looked pretty crappy. And I went to torque that down, and it wasn't torquing down. It was pulling up, and I said, oh boy, here we go. So I decided to go. I went ahead and got an ARP bolt in a stud kit, so it's a stud with a nut. And I also tapped the hole so it would go just a little bit deeper. And then I put that ARP jobby in there, and then I torqued it down. You also might notice these little yellow dots all over the place. That's just to assure myself that I have torqued all the main caps down. So Larry had that done, but I just double checked them, and all the rods have little yellow dots on there. So this is my final check as I rotate everything around and look at everything to make sure I torqued every single nut on there. I'm really in love with these Fel-Pro gaskets, and what I've done here, you might be able to see there's a little orange dabs here in the corners, and these little blue stanchions here. But these things are really cool, and they provide, you know, they say, hey, they don't build them like they used to. Well, I'm here to say I'm glad we don't build them like we used to. I mean, there's modern things that come out that really help us out, like this. I'm sorry, but these old cork gaskets and the 4-piece unit, don't use them anymore. I mean, unless you're doing some kind of concourse restoration, it's got to be exactly perfect. But I'll tell you right now, even the judges don't look that close. Use one of these, because you're going to hide it with paint anyway. You're going to paint this up. You're not going to see that blue piece anyway. But these are so nice because these little stanchions, when you push these down, they snap the gasket in place. So when I push this down, I snap it in place. And then I've got these little, there's the little nipples in here, and I will get those installed and looking right before I put the oil pan down there, which I've got the oil pan sitting over here. Oil pan's all ready to go. I got a little coat of primer on there. So we're gonna get everything put together today. Got a little bit of a short day here at Meldrum's Monster Garage. I gotta go over to Apex Skin. Gonna get the stitches out of this monster here. Oh boy, what a scar that's gonna be. Now they tell me it'll go away. But, and then I've got to get a new one. This is for the skin cancer that came back positive on back here. Just little tiny freckles. Get out there and get yourself checked. If you haven't got yourself checked, should be an annual thing you do. And they're going to take a big chunk out of my shoulder today and probably get some stitches there. So we're going to head out of here about 1:30 and head over to Apex Skin and see Dr. Mike so he can do some more carving up on me before the end of the year and get that in for the on my deductible. Health insurance. There's a whole topic. But anyway, you know what? I've been going along here, torquing everything down. Make sure you look up all your torques, get timing cover. Make sure you put your seal on for your dampener out here. Make sure you use your right dampener. It's a 396, so we're going to use a 396 harmonic balancer, right? Can you believe that Chevelle we worked on this year had the wrong flywheel on it? We're going to use a flywheel for an automatic on this because it's mated to a turbo 400 transmission. So anyway, boy, what a fiasco that was. Glad we solved that problem this year. Okay, I'm kind of rambling on, and I'm not doing much for you guys to watch. So, hey, let's get busy. I got to go find the bolts for this oil pan. I'll come back later when I got this thing all back together.